my closet, scare me away. Everybody goes through it, we don't ever come out the same. Cause you never change. You my little psycho, kiss me in the night glow. Easy to imagine when you always have your eyes closed. We'll be going crazy if you know what I know. Where did all the happy memories go?
Welcome to this week's broadcast of the Esports Tower Rumble in Valorant. We are broadcasting it from the Boise State Esports Arena, and welcome to the Esports Tower Valorant Rumble. Tonight we crown a new Rumble champion, and the Hammerheads are locked into the grand finals. The Mammoths and the Wolves will face off to see who joins them. I'm your host, Brandon Red Hot Kozianski, and joining me to call the action is none other than Greg Old Soul Smith. And Greg, we saw some last week, a little bit of disparity between some teams, at least in the early on brackets here. What do you think it's going to take to get to that grand finals this week?
Just take to get into the grand finals?
Yeah, like what's it take for them to win this match, I should say, that's coming up right now?
A little bit of odd review, some practice, consistency, all the basics, everything you'll ever need to win a game and get to the grand finals.
You think that like agent picks, I would say lately, are a factor or not in terms of how teams are successing or not?
We've definitely seen some interesting ones, some cool mashups, and I think really it's the effectiveness of your agent pick, which takes into account how comfortable you are on them, how well you can communicate those abilities, how comfortable your team is with playing with those. So do I think like we have to be like scratching at the next meta? Not really, but just be good at what you're running.
I would say, because a lot of the times we've seen recently, at least the last couple of weeks, we've seen a lot of people kind of pick these off-meta picks, people that you don't picks as not as you see as much, but they've done really well on them. And we've seen Phoenix do pretty well, and we've seen a lot of different things. The Omen on like Breeze, for example, or things like that, or like Brimstone. We've seen a lot of these things do pretty well. So I think that actually kind of comes in with how much do you want to be comfortable with it, and how much do you not want to. And of course, with the format this week, we know that it's basically back to the traditional Rumbles. There's 3 teams this week with the Wolves, Mammoths, and the Hammerheads. It's kind of round robin to see who wins. And all series are a best of one with teams alternating until one map is left. So that's kind of how today's competitions are going to work out. And of course, in order for these teams to win these games, you have Doc's Keys, the game, which in Valorant, flank efficiently, spend and peek wisely, count cards and call abilities, and click heads. This is Score Pro advice at esportstower.com. And improve your game sense, improve your team play, improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matches with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up. And then it's brought to you by Esports Tower. And of course, going back to kind of the conversation about the game, which would be the Mammoths versus the Wolves, to see who's going to go off into the grand finals. It's going to be on Bind. And, I mean, Bind has a pretty solidified, I would say, agent pool with a couple key ingredients in terms of, like, that Fade Sova for that initiator. We've seen a lot of raises, especially just, do so well with the map with the Roomba and stuff like that. Any kind of picks that you think that might kind of rise or things like that today?
I'd love to see a Fade. I think you're totally right. There's that's really like Ray's hometown, so she's been a big pick. I think not straying from the norm is a pretty good call here. I would love to see a little like Brim setup, but I can only hope. I love it when they stray a little bit from the agent pick norms and have fun with it. Because like you're saying, they're totally viable if you know how to run it and if you can make it work.
Yeah, and of course, Vitamin Shop has everything at Gamer Canadian. If you want to scan that QR code on the screen, check out their latest products. And yeah, like I think you made some good points in terms of like, you know, some agents that we like to see. Brimstone's always a really good pick on this map because his smokes last so long. We've seen some Cyphers on this map do pretty well. And we're gonna see, hey, look at the comps here, which are pretty similar. We're gonna see the, you know, the Reyna, and we're gonna see the double initiator comp for the Wolves, which I definitely like on this map. Two duelists is definitely pretty hard on this map because attacking is definitely a lot different than other maps on this map. And what I mean by that is like this is a pretty defense-sided map that we've seen in the past with just takes a lot more coordination on attack and a lot more utility together, which is kind of harder for some teams to do. So.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing some aggressive loadouts here with forward builds, especially considering that our Sentinel of choice is Chamber mirrored on both sides here, which he feels like a Sentinel duelist cross in the strangest way.
I do like it because, you know, he does have the aspects, but it allows you to play aggression by being like basically space you've already taken. Like you can't TP anywhere that you haven't taken, so you definitely have to push up for things like that. But instantly TP's there, so not going to have a TP out here. I would say Avian kind of got, you know, caught up there, I think, a little bit, but Jaguar had a good trade right there. Going for an A push. Oh, Jaguar getting a lot of damage out, but they're getting on the side and getting hit from different directions, and Phantom Brother takes 2. Alice trades 1, though, on the back end.
Blinded. Here.
3v2, they're going to plant into triple. Alice has a flash to let that loose.
Blinded.
Flashing in there, but not going to push off it, so not getting too much value, but does get Velox at the end of the day. Kinetic, I like this play, getting a little bit more space for his team. Reskin's on the flank as well, has one more smoke. Just be sitting in U-Haul. Master X has the flank, or just has the front forward. Oh, Alice is ready for it though. And just like that, great retake there from Wolves. I like the patience with, you know, a lot of it on pistol round is like, are you gonna peek me? Like, you know, you're kind of calling their bluff of like, okay, well, I know you're gonna eventually peek me, and that's exactly what Kinetic did. I mean, Kinetic got aggressive, and they were ready for that. I think that's a great job to do.
No, Kinetic had that aggressive mindset to start, and I'd love to see them continue to play that way, even through into the gun rounds. We know that pistol round people tend to play a little bit hotter just because you have a little bit less to lose. You know, there's more eco-friendly maps or rounds, like the early ones mean that you don't have to be wary about these distance shots as much, so playing almost melee style is more viable. But they played like really classic there. They put it in the old school plant default. It was a split push straight onto A. Aggression towards Bath was open. I mean, they were just like swing double peeking that. I love to see it, and I hope we see more of it.
Yeah, and we're going to see, you know, the buy coming from the Wolves, of course, since they won that first round. Alice gets to pick on E right away, which is definitely what they're looking for. And Venom actually gets a kill out with the Classic, though, onto Alice. And it looks like they're going to be taking this B site here. They'll be planning down. I think Reskin's looking pretty low on site here. Reskin gets one before going down. Mister gets actually a paint shells kill, and Kinetic has a flank now.
Oh! Almost seriously punished for having that out there. Already reconnect.
Yeah.
And Avian finds it. Backing up for that Marshall advantage.
Yeah, I think he kind of realized that, hey, I just need a body shot here just because if I hit the body shot, he has no armor. He knew that Reyna hadn't gotten any kills or resets or heals, so can just do one to the body there and then get that kill. That's exactly what happens. Wolves take that round, which is pretty common, I would say. And now the Mammoths are going to have their first buy round, whereas Wolves are going to be on their bonus here. So now it's time to see how good you are with your eco guns. You know, if you're playing that Spectre, it's kind of a thing where it's like, okay, let's play a little closer. If you have that Marshall, okay, let's look for some headshots, or even body shots are actually pretty good here. Like, you're just tagging like 1 or 2, getting 2 to 1 shot, or at least pretty low on those Spectres is really good.
Yeah, good value from those for sure. We're going to see Avian play nice and aggressive, looking to get some TP set up. He might actually catch 1 or 2 here if he hasn't given away too much volume. A nice headshot, dips right out of there, taking no damage. Bath has got a lot of pressure on it, and now they've seen enough faces, they know it's an A push, so they really buckle in, and we might see a rotation coming around here soon. Oh, Avian turns back, but he gets right back to it. That's a spike drop. Things change a little bit here, but they cut right around him. The push through the hallway was not very well communicated there, and wrapped back around on Bath. Kind of closes it up now. Attackers don't exactly own this site, but they have a chance to get that spike back and get out of here. If they don't get cut off here, sure enough, Master able to hold his ground.
Yeah, I think he's probably going to try to save here, but it's going to be really hard for him to, in order to do so. Redskins probably peek this left. Oh, okay. Master X actually gets two. And
yeah,
now,
just keep taking outros.
And now this is a thing where your teammates start saying, stop, don't troll, don't put the round.
Right.
But now they know he's one shot, though. So at the very least, they're probably screaming he's one, so.
Now remind me, does he want to go down here?
I think he wants to save at the very least, but I think they kind of decided that maybe he should try to go for like a plant or something like that for some money. It does go down indeed. But now 3-0, that's definitely not ideal for the Mammoth start in terms of you definitely want to use your buy to your advantage there. But I will say, I mean, Avian hit 2 really good shots here. And then the second one, he almost hits like almost like a 180 kind of turn no scope thing going on there, which is really good. I like the play that Avian does where he gets space with Chamber, TPs away, and then takes back the mask. Because a lot of people don't expect that. I mean, Chamber has a play that you have no idea where he's TPing, you have no idea where he's coming from. So definitely like how he's kind of playing that to his advantage. And then he did a great job with that Marshall. So,
wow. We see defense playing very aggressive here. It is just util after util, and it's already got E on the walk away. Oh, almost survives all through that, but there's a just very difficult to get through there. They had the line too, the trace. Master doing well here with the Headhunter. Did have to waste a few bullets on some utility, and people are just split. There's only one Mammoth left. Master again to be the last one alive. A lot of times we see that. Our Sentinel being the last one left.
Yeah, and you know, Wolves are just going to be holding this spike, so it's going to be really hard for him to kind of get anywhere with it. I mean, if he doesn't know that anyone's on site, of course, because he can't see what we do, but if he can kind of get the isolated 1v1 in showers, it's definitely not the worst possibility for maybe a pick, something like that.
It's fair. But he just has a volume disadvantage here. Yeah, the element of surprise is difficult to get when it's a 1v4, and they can just play peekaboo with you.
Yeah, the thing is yeah, that, I mean, that's a good try there, but they're not going to move because Spike's right there.
Yeah, if they were playing on his timer, that's a great bait, but yeah. I guess now.
Avian, I will say, was patient.
And you have to be with a very aggressive, and you said this for round 1, when the other team is being really aggressive, patience is your win.
Yeah.
Like, you know they're going to try to peek you. You know that trying to take space that they already have totally covered, you're just going to be walking into several angles all at once. It's best just to wait.
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing there, though, was the Wolves. I mean, the round beforehand, it was a little too close for comfort in terms of that 1v2. So I thought they decided, okay, hey, this time we're just going to sit here and we're going to wait it out. And that's exactly what they did. And now Avian doing a good job of kind of having this operator and switching it up, keeping them honest. And now he's going to have a great angle for this long push.
Yeah, try to go wide angle. He's going to catch this one right here for free. Avian with another one. So good. And like you're saying, runs back nice and slow to try to retake this territory he's claimed, just in case they're sprinting back up it. Looks all good. In fact, it's been a change to A. Mister's trying to get cheeky with the
he tried to do the blast pack like peak,
high.
but you so you have to do it a little bit more to the wall, and you have to get kind of that angle for the right side and left side.
And you have to kind of have like either a guarantee, or you have to be willing to gamble that you're going to get all of them, or have a safe spot to go.
Yeah, good try there by Jaguar, but unfortunately it does no damage to that wall. I'm pretty sure that's a high pen wall. And now Avian's be kind of retaking A, or at least going back to A for the time being. Mammoth's not making too much commitment yet.
No, they've really slowed it down for sure. E with a big jump across.
Yeah.
Trying to
now
use util to get through there.
Yeah. He does have the orbital strike here, so Reskin might have to get into a little safer spot if he wants to ult, but yeah, gets into a spot where he has too many things to peek at once here, so is he going to go down?
Right, it's a powerful position, but it's not safe.
And now we're going to see Atlas and Avian. Avian gets the first pick, which is just what they kind of need. Does have the dog available and one flash. Ooh.
Blinded.
Had to push that flash a little further out when the smoke went short.
Oh,
he moves around. Good flick to one, gets back to safety. Thinking about this second one. We haven't seen him. Try to send this dog around just to check these corners.
Yeah, so this is going to clear them enough where they don't have to worry about this. So they can just kind of worry about just on site now. But they're trying to run pretty low on time.
One enemy
is close. Taps it.
They're going to have to
very
designate
low.
one person.
Wow.
Good works.
And Avian, good smart.
not enough time, and they decided not to go down to the bomb.
I would be pretty interested to see if they stick that. See how close it is.
It was a little bit rough because I think Avian couldn't totally trust Atlas there. Like, Avian had to get the tap, but then he was under fire, so he had to stand back up. They both shot at him.
It's definitely hard, but...
Admittedly, Atlas was being very deliberate with the angle isolation, sending the dog all the way through, the Trailblazer all the way through Bath to try to isolate those angles, make sure that his back was secure, but...
Yeah, I mean, it was a good retake. I mean, they ended up, taking all the members down of the Mammoths, but time was just kind of up the factor there, so Mammoths took the first round, which they desperately needed there. Now it's 4-1 here.
Hopefully that is enough to see them leverage in some more credits. Kinetic going to be our first point of contact, probably. If he peeks around on Atlas's hookah. Sounds like we've already got someone A, so this could be a little pacing thing where Kinetic doesn't want to show his face until we've gotten a rotation expectation coming out.
Yeah, Kinetic in the past has actually been, a lot of the Mammoths kind of entries here, so definitely a lot onto him to see if he can get those opening picks or space.
Sure enough, it looks like he's going to be the kind of first prod out. Oh, yep, see contact belong Avian. Just so good at standing his ground, sitting in one spot, getting the kill, TPing out, pushing back up. So we tried the re-hit on B, didn't quite go as strong as I think they hoped it would. That rotate is pretty much there as Miss Her is set up a nice little 50-50.
Orbital strike going into the TP, making sure he gets him out of there, and that was a great job there by Velox. Great ult, kind of just sniffs him out.
Yep, good to at least get one out there.
Ooh, Avian's feeling pretty aggressive here, and Phantom just definitely knows what he's up to.
Yep.
Exactly. Does get a little bit of a skim through the wall there, but
yeah, you're a real peak disadvantage with a longer gun like that. Ooh, Phantom Brother knows that he's got some adversary here. They try to get out to the spike before it's absolutely crowded on again. We've had a few
and he's starting to run.
That.
Oh,
he's right out of there. They're hot on his track though, so he's going to try to plant somewhere cheeky.
Oh, I say ulted a little early, but
10 seconds left.
Does get space because of it, so definitely probably not the worst thing to do.
Yeah, the plant's in a strange spot now.
Oh, it doesn't actually see him.
Oh,
Get some damage off though.
yeah, maybe got one on that shoulder.
Oh, I like the try there in terms of he's probably trying to get him stuck into the corner. But now Res can just slowly walk here. It's going to be really hard.
Yeah,
Jump peeks. And yeah, I would say
Nice.
great play by Phantom Brother, kind of using that to his advantage.
And he stayed in a zone that was safe to him because it's a 2v1.
Yeah.
And they're playing on their clock. They already have spike down. He doesn't need to play aggro there. That was well done.
Absolutely. Now we're going to see 4-2 here with the Wolves still leading, but Mammoths have gotten the last 2 rounds in a row as wins, so definitely starting to show some life in terms of this half.
And Mammoths insta-queuing
That
that tour de force.
Thank you.
And we do have the Showstopper available for both raises. I'd love to see that be used here soon. We also have the Fade ults both available for both, those fades as well. So decent amount of ults that are pretty high impact in terms of attacking. Avian gets a pick onto Master X. Unfortunately, that True to Force is going to go immediately down. Oh! Wow, E went really aggressive with that Showstopper. Gets 2.
Looking to spray through the smoke. It's not followed up on. Oh! There it is. That's a nice one. And got 2 with it. AoE more.
Yeah, because they were planning the spike at the same time there, so they were stuck. They'll say Phantom is going to get bitten.
Yeah. It's going to reply with their own util. Power goes out. Try again. And nice.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Phantom Brother is playing quite well here. Great peaks and overall good utility there. And what a crazy round that was. We saw, E get a good start off, get the 1 pick with the Showstopper, get another pick with just the gun. Then we saw Mr. come in with the basically counter Showstopper, really close, which I didn't think it was going to work that well. But gets 2 because the guy planning as well, so I thought that was pretty well played over
Yeah,
that.
I was worried about that counter.
Anyone feeling generous?
But the Boombot was a good one. You can tell that some people are employing like trick book plays here.
Yeah.
Where they've already practiced a couple of sequential moves. Going to be moving up onto B through Hookah here. It's one we see hit actually a lot. I know I mentioned that earlier.
Ooh.
We're going to try around Avian. You have to be careful here every time.
Oh my
He
gosh.
paces it, and with the Headhunter, a single shot, finds it anyways.
Yeah, I mean,
Miss Her now.
The fact that he just stuck there and just held it is pretty impressive. I mean,
yeah, especially when you have that TP.
Yeah.
Like, that was not...
One enemy remaining.
Oh, wow. What a takedown. That was our quickest round of the map so far.
Yeah, and I do want to say Avian had some great shots right there. We just saw him play that long right there. Gets the first pick onto Phantom Brother. Actually, the first pick beforehand onto Kinetic. And then you just to wait long enough right before that, that Prowler is right in his face. And then still to shoot him and then go back is just an incredible play there.
Incredible.
And then I said the Wolves definitely had a good read on this round in terms of, okay, they're mostly going to go B, just how they've been playing. So I like kind of the gamble they went with a lot of like that 3 or 4 members on that B side there.
Yeah, and having the 2 people up close like that means that even though the Mammoths checked with the Boombot one side of the 50-50, they weren't ready for 2 angles, and not one of them being a shotgun like that. E playing super aggro like she loves to. Oh, just doesn't quite get Rezkin holding in the back there. Phantom Brother is going to reply onto Avian, though. The mean little wraparound he tried to come in from the back with a flank on Bath. Not going to happen. Now fighting from the front, Jaguar trying to look for this one. Trying to play through the wall a little bit, scares Master off, but
Spike down.
he goes out.
Yeah.
He sneaks in. I don't think they expect him to be this far up.
There's a flash. And Rezkin, I mean, Kinetic has just been not really having a game here on this Reyna. Finding it really hard to get any kills or any space happen. Oh, does go for the TPs. Ooh.
Ooh. Jaguar is just hunting him down. If they can set up a decent crossfire here, they have a great chance at it, but doesn't look like that's their intention. Master's getting baited a little bit here, but they're not going to push onto it, and why should they? They have Spike on the other side, so.
Absolutely, we're seeing Master kind of just sit here in the corner.
30 seconds
Same with Phantom Brother. They definitely most likely don't want to save because they don't have guns. So definitely want to go down here. Master looks for a TP, and then I think just kind of going all over the place at the moment.
Gonna try to enter in here. He's moving pretty quickly. He does not think to check deeper in, so even if he finds this one, Brim is going to be right on his back. Rezkin with the 4K. And his positioning is fantastic. He was always behind. He got those first 2 by being long side of the map and kind of being a little bit unexpected with it, and then repositioned for this last kick because he knew they'd be coming up for the spike from where info told him. It just good positioning by Rezkin, and that's what got him those 4K.
Yeah, and I also just like, they knew that they had the time too with like the Wolves, like Rezkin and them. They're just playing time. They knew at that point the Mammoths are basically gonna have to go at these last 10 seconds here because if they save, it's just really bad for them. So it's like might as well let them save if they want to. And overall, I think it was a good round in terms of we saw them, start playing a little slower. And I think they called timeout there, so that's a good call, I would say, for the Mammoths, I would assume.
We saw the Chamber employ some fancy footwork. We're trying to get out of Bath, and they kind of like sat there for a little bit, hoping that there would be a push onto them. Interesting hold there as well. But yeah, you're right. That time difference really gave Rezkin and co the chance to position and lock down that spike.
Yeah, I think the Wolves are a very patient team. Like everything we've seen so far from them is they don't push out. They are going to play time. If they have spike down, they're going to play spike, and they're going to hold it down. They don't care if you try to time them out, which I like. And playing that style against a team like Mammoth, you can kind of tell they're getting a little impatient. Or in this case, they took too much time. So at that point, you just kind of have one play to do. So I think with this timeout, Mammoths are getting some good things in there. They got a couple good rounds attacking, but it seems like when they're playing the slow game, it's kind of in the Wolves' favor in terms of they're a very patient team and they're not going to push out.
And I know that I like a fast-paced game when I'm playing.
Yeah.
And I can get a little bit hot if I want to speed it up and someone keeps like slow pacing me like this, keeps playing for time, keeps backing up and giving me space when I really want the frags. And I think that timeout is good to have then, kind of slow down.
Absolutely, and we're just the Mammoths here, 3-6. Still have both Fate Ultimates. Yeah, I have not seen either this entire game, so I would love to see kind of how what they're saving that for, or what they plan to do with those. Reyna Empress online as well. Definitely a good tool to kind of get that kill that Kinetic's been kind of looking for in the last couple rounds. And we're just see a big default here, pretty slow. But it's like I was kind of saying, I mean, Wolves aren't going to move. I mean, we see they kind of are staggering towards B a little bit, but I mean, they still have that Brim kind of sitting in spawn here with Rezkin, playing both sides at once, which I'm a big fan of, in terms of not giving really one advantage to the others. You see Alice playing a crazy angle for on top of the box. Avian gets one shot. There's the Fatal here.
Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder if that was just a bait onto Avian, because he's been there all game. Wow, takes the second one for free just by standing his ground so close that the FOV punishment was nothing to him.
30 seconds left.
Feel now. Velox has the chance to move in. A little bit scary getting past this low pen wall, jumping out of the smoke. He is going to let him know where he is in attempts to get some fire off. But I miss her. Wraps around in a good flank and finds him. Phantom Brother going to go down, leaving the last one are AFK.
Yep.
10 seconds left.
Miss her with the sprint. Doesn't look like they know.
They're lying.
Yeah.
Which, hey, never know.
Yeah.
Never know.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that round, Mammoth really went for like a big default here, and we saw Wolves, like I said, just play so slowly. No, no big basically rotations, things like that. And we're see timeout come from the Wolves with the Avian calling the timeout.
Sure, this is a tech pause.
Yeah, essentially. Like, oh, okay, we'll call our timeout and just kind of call it that as well. But I would say Avian is doing a fantastic job in this chamber. I mean, we saw him with another kill basically right through the blind. We saw, like, the near sight by Reyna gets thrown. He kind of pushes up a little bit, gets that headshot, sees him right in time, TP's out. Nothing you can really do about that. And I think Avian's doing a great job of kind of holding down this B site because it seems like the Mammoths can't really get too much going A, or if it does, it's not working out for them.
It felt like that was their big push onto B. Their game plan there was to kind of bait someone, just kind of throw them out, get first contact. Once Avian was located, drop that ult to just get rid of him. But the plan, there was no plan after that. So when they just tried to drop the ult onto him, he, even though he had an op, decided to move forward to cancel that FOV.
Yep.
I had zero problem with it. Crazy.
Absolutely. And I think, both teams do a pretty good job. I mean, yeah, I think the Wolves are just starting to get a little bit of a lead here, but rightfully so. I mean, when you're playing like Avian and you're getting all these first bloods, and the biggest thing for Mammoth is not getting Kinetic, which is, definitely kind of their star player last week, especially on Reyna. Not getting that Reyna going definitely feels pretty bad because, I mean, Reyna essentially is not a kit without getting kills, right? That's just how it works. I mean, you have two flashes that are pretty good now. They've been buffed a little bit, but if you're not getting kills and stuff like that, you're not really using Reyna, unfortunately. So that's just how it works.
Oh. Avian is not even jumping sites to keep him honest. He's been right there, and they keep walking into him. So he's on a real rinse and repeat jam here. Wow, E playing aggressive as usual. He loves that playstyle and is suited for this part. Totally grabs the defense from the back and keeps setting up, trying to get rid of this rotation here. Great position for that smoke, but as soon as it goes down, it's a little bit awkward. So they're going to be backing up a little bit, trying to take this angle at the side. Is leaving their back to the whole site, but that's okay. The site is being watched by the rest of the Mammoths.
Last player standing.
Jumps right out and takes both of them for a 4K.
Yeah, with a judge. E literally started their first kill by double satcheling onto site. And then I will say, I do want to point out, that was the first time I've ever seen, the secondary sheriff swap work. Like, usually people just have the sheriffs, and then they never pull that out or anything like that. But, E genuinely got the kill, held sheriff long, and then got him long with the sheriff, and then swapped back to the judge. So I think that was pretty funny, because it's just one of those things that we're like, I have literally never seen that.
No, these are the kind of plays we saw in ads for the beta.
Yeah.
Like, this is the way Raze was built to be played.
And here comes the tour de force coming out for Avian, which, definitely kind of a menace with that operator. But they're all sitting in spawn at the moment. Their Raze is probably AFK, so they decided that, hey, we're going to sit back in base and see if we can protect them.
E, unfortunately, the right idea. Was hoping for a scatter there. That could have been massive.
Oh, here we go.
AFK is over, and they come charging in. Can the Wolves take this strange?
It's a 5v5 retake here. Gonna go down immediately.
Phantom with that positioning takes a free one. Unfortunately, if anyone goes up the hill to right behind him, sure enough, E gonna take I miss her and Reskin on the reply. Bodies are dropping. This 5K push is just, it's stronger than I expected. Reskin now to find E. The Wolves up one person until Kinetic comes around. A double blind trying to find one, but the angle was too wide to spray transfer there, so he goes down. It's a difficult one, but Jaguar finds it. Might get the half the defuse, but there's no way.
I mean, yeah, no.
Very close.
Wow, what a great shot by Jaguar, though, against the tour de force there, just to hit the headshot right away. And such an interesting retake here. We saw literally a full 5v5 retake in terms of we're going to go from spawn as 5 to site as 5. So a lot of different picks that we saw here and there. We saw an orbital strike that happened in U-Haul that just wasn't on screen. Couldn't really happen there, but at the end of the day, they take the round. So Mammoths take that 5 rounds, which is, the Wolves 7, which, at the end of the day, I think if you're Mammoths, with how you started, you're going to take that. I mean, it is pretty defensive-sided as we've seen here. Mammoths to get a little bit going for momentum here in the first half of this, or second half.
Yeah, we saw 4-0, didn't we?
We did.
So a 7-5 is not hurting. You're right.
Exactly, yeah, especially for how you start. I mean, when you start 4-0, it definitely, your confidence and everything is definitely not feeling pretty good.
No, your momentum is good.
Yeah.
Like, you've had a good run here. E is going to be defending these 3 oncoming players with a knife. It looks like they're just feeling it out. Going to back up. That is a great nade position. But kind of gives away that they're holding low. You can't get that kind of a pop from that far away. So tries to just blind escape, just turn tail and run out. Jaguar's going to find him. Really the catalyst for a good entry here now. Wolves kind of own this site. They're going to start clearing around U-Haul. Sure enough, Avian going to be the one to do it with a frenzy. Good take. Finds one of them. Phantom. Pulling aggressive. Just gets caught by Mr. These raises with the shotguns. Kinetic coming up long. The one-man retake. Adversary on the first one. Finds it. Gonna try to keel in. Hopefully that's enough to keep moving. They overhealed. Still lasting. No peeks. First one. Good reply to it. Nice catch. Oh, just paced with the back and forth.
Now 8-3 for Wolves, definitely kind of getting that head. And the Wolves definitely have said that if they get past the Mammoths in this game, they're in a good spot to win the Rumble. So definitely coaches have kind of told them, hey, it's not about the next game, it's the game in front of you, and so make sure you go win that one first. And of course, Jaguar and Rezkin have both had great games last week, and so far in this game, they definitely have been pretty big role players in their respective roles. So definitely those 2 players are kind of going out here. Now we're going to see, Wolves again winning that pistol round, which, it's pretty important if you win that pistol round, because essentially you're winning 3 to 4 rounds off that in terms of your winning pistol, then you're usually going to win the next round, and then, same thing for, the second half. So
yeah, that, first phase snowball effect. Quick judge hit from I miss her. Oh, and a good response from E. Rezkin going to be the one to win that firefight, though, in hookah. Avian looks wrapped around, plays just straight forward. What a W key. Keeps just reloads right in front of her and finds another one. Kinetic now trying to play slow through the smoke, but turns around just the wrong time. Hiding barely in that corner. Rezkin again. It just seems to be always behind you.
Yeah, and I mean, it seemed like right here, great job by E by at least getting one with that shorty, but falls a little too short, but the Wolves end up getting that round. Great utility usage, I would say, by the Wolves, too. We saw a great, dog that happened right there, some great smokes, and, just kind of setting up the team for success here, which is exactly what we kind of have seen on Bind work.
Yeah.
And, as much as we've, I say sometimes, oh, this map is, defensive side or something like that. In Esports Tower, we've seen a lot of success on the offensive teams because of how well and how coordinated these offense teams are playing.
Avian, he knows how dangerous this angle can be. He's telling him, be careful. Comes right around, knows where it's at, knows to swing wide because he knows Master is going to be comfortable with a narrow hold, hoping that they were going to walk that one. Dodges the reposition shot too, but he's running with a knife. Lucky that they did not peek him right there. Absolutely ridiculous. W key is crazy. Phantom Brothers going to be the one to shut him down, and judges have been going crazy this game. Jaguar with the Marshall finds one across the room onto Master, narrowly avoiding every kill there. Phantom keeps running around. Quick switch to the judge. A good one to have. Atlas getting down that plant. Going to see the util come out for it. Positioning is a little bit awkward here. Surprised they're not working together to swing angles. They're very separated, maybe hoping for a pinch approach here. First contact being made. Kinetic. He says hi to everybody and finally finds Rezkin. Phantom Brother coming around to help. Try to swing out under this one. They find one. Gets the dismiss. Helps Phantom Brother find one. They're slowly taking it over. It's a 1-to-1 now, but the spike's been down for a minute. Phantom Brothers still got a lot to do here. Sure enough,
Jaguar with the operator, too, on that fade. And, Wolves are now kind of running with it, and it's now 10-5. And That's how we've kind of seen this game go. It seems like it's been a little bit momentum heavy on each side here. Like, you know, Mammoth's 4 out of their 5 wins were kind of all in a row there. And, you know, the Wolves are definitely just kind of picking it up here and starting to win these rounds one by one and kind of taking over the game because now 10-5.
It's definitely a mental game when you start looking at how much momentum has an effect on it, how much money he just got off of holding W and running straight through everybody.
Go get him.
Eve, aggressive check there. Does find out that everyone is on site. Oh, wow. That may have been lucky. That Ion Sheriff doing a lot of work there. They don't play up after it. E just gets a free one. Atlas going to find one, though. Sending in the Trailblazer, looking for something. E with all the hold just to make sure he had a perfect hard shot. Then a twitch onto the head. Playing great here. I'm sure he is feeling hot. Pings again, checks his 50s.
Yes, and they're actually just going to plant on the A site here.
Yeah. And
Spike planted.
now we're going to have to see E. Oh, Reskin again. He's just ready. He's always ready.
Yeah, Reskin does a great job of kind of playing that smoker lurk post plant. During, you know, the round, we're not seeing too much lurking out there from him from then, but as the round kind of progresses, we definitely could see a good lurker there, and it was a good timing. We've always kind of seen him in these random corners right there, shows on the corner, waits him to cross, gets one, peeks left, and then at that point, you know, Fade was definitely not ready for that peek right there, and definitely some great execution there. By the Wolves, and that was 11-5 with some ults coming up. We see that Showstopper, Fade ult, the Seekers, and the Tour de Force from Chamber, of course. So got about 3 ults on Wolves side and 2 on Immortals.
Even going to find first contact right through back. He's going to let Raze play aggressive with it and then go for the ult. E is going to find Avian. That's a big one. Kind of changes the dimension of it when your op goes down like that. E now playing the defense as they chase him back around towards their own spawn. They are in a little bit of an awkward split position. They don't want to be between defenders like that, so they go to Hunter down. Not going to find it. E takes I Miss Her now. They've got to get rid of her.
Oh, after they hit that shot for a second, I was like, there's no way.
No, Master is coming in with the pinch because they let Raze get away like that. It just feels not right. People looking to play license slow now. Spike is down. Rizkin not comfortable peeking all those people. Atlas from the other side, though, could help. A little bit of a self-flash.
Yeah.
And because of it, Phantom's trying to peek around.
And just like that, Mammoths take their 6th round here. So definitely might be looking like a thing where Mammoths definitely come back with a little comeback action here. But at the end of the day, Wolves only have to win 2 rounds, and especially that next round. If they win that one more round, it definitely kind of takes a lot of that pressure off you. Because it's like, you know, at the very least, you're going to tie. Or sorry, go to overtime.
Right.
Can't tie in this game. But here we go. Going into the 18th round here. And, you know, a lot of people are kind of picking up at this point in terms of the Mammoths here. We've seen a lot of different kills from different teammates. It's not really one person. Definitely want to get something going with this operator that Master X has, because definitely has been a problem for Avian on the enemy team in terms of taking these picks off one by one.
Master's going to hold that super narrow angle again. Not going to do anything crazy. Scared back kind of onto site. Goes for the Empress and doesn't get anything off of it because Avian playing forward checks his angles. We're seeing all the defense come together here, trying to do a little 4-man retake. Ooh, just barely saw.
Eve gets killed though. There goes the Fatal. Does trade. Alice gets one to Vinox. E gets kill on to Misser. It's now 3v3. Both members, or one member is low on Mammoths. E gets another one. Looking to help basically win this round there for them.
1 enemy remaining.
Ooh. And just like that, I mean, Mammoths are doing a good job of playing this post-plant now. I think they've kind of gotten used to the Wolves kind of really playing really aggressive on the post plant, and I think the biggest thing there that Mammoths were doing than before is trades. I mean, we saw a lot of good trades fast. I think the problem beforehand in terms of like holding that defense or post plant there from Mammoths is he couldn't really hold it in just because of everything that was happening. Of course, there's a timeout. I think it was coming from the I would guess it was from the Wolves, and I think it's a good timeout. I think losing those 2 rounds in a row, having pretty close ones at that, but I think. Definitely need to kind of work on what they want to accomplish here for their post plant and, what they want to do with their attack plan.
Yeah, and having an attack plan working together like that is important. You talk about trades being a really pivotal part about just keeping up with the numbers. And if you have one person going crazy and diving right in, if they go down, you don't get any gain off that contact. A lot of times if you play a very default, meta game, then whenever you take a loss of a person or utility like that, somehow you learn something about the other team, and you can usually swing off that contact and find some kind of trade. But it's just not there when Raze is backfield and everybody else is still like halfway from spawn.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the biggest thing here, like you were saying, is it comes in a little bit of fundamentals here in terms of, okay, if they want to do these full retakes or how are they playing these post plants and, kind of what they need to do to achieve that. And I mean, sometimes it's as simple as, okay, I just need to aim better. But it's also another thing of like putting yourselves into that situation where it's only your aim.
Where are they?
Or we see an op come up from Master X once again.
You want to play? Let's play.
That's because Avian is going to have that tour de force now. Playing close, and wow, Kinetic gets him right away. Kinetic is finally trying to give payback for Avian from that first half of literally killing him over and over again.
Yeah.
So,
Miss her being pushed back a little bit. Just letting everybody else get here so they can check this 50 appropriately. Luckily, in that time, Hookah is gone empty, but there are people right atop the cage there. Phantom Brother to take an easy one, set up for the next. E is giving backup, hoping to play off this contact somehow. Because Phantom is a little bit low on health. Kinetic, though, a beautiful flank now. Their attention is split.
1 enemy remaining.
With a great Lear, finds his 3K. Gonna try to do it another time. Atlas now with a serious pinch. E just does walk circles around him and gives a kill to Atlas.
exactly. And Phantom Brother definitely kind of turning it up this game. I think they're having a great game on Fade for all the utility they have, and they're also having great gunfights. And we've seen them win a lot of gunfights throughout this entire half and the first half as well. So definitely doing some great plays. And like I said, Kinetic also getting online is a big part of the Mammoth success. I mean, getting a 3K, getting things going, especially on this Reyna, like we said earlier, where Reyna doesn't really have too much outside of her 2 flashes. So I think in order for them to be getting some momentum as they are now, it takes a lot for, Kinetic to get going on that Reyna. And here we go. Master X actually going to swap it up and play on A site with this operator now, which is a really good call. Mr. going to go with that operator now. And that's going to be 11-8 here. And Wolves will be most likely looking for another B take. With all four members of Mammoths are actually on A site. And just like that, they go down. With a 5v2 left too. Anyways, I mean, it seemed pretty fast, but Master X probably going to contemplate maybe if he wants to save the operator. I can definitely see them kind of going for it just because it is 12 as the next round. But I mean, realistically speaking, if you're going to think you're going to win a 5v2 against Burst Zone Smokes and things like that, it's going to be a really, really small chance. Peeks him a little bit with that judge and says, okay, now it's time for me to leave.
Yeah, Master just looking for some kind of an outro hold here, hoping to get through that high pen, loosen up the hand. Ooh, flash goes right on top of him. That was a good one. Gonna have to position out a little bit. Looking tight now. It's basically just waiting for an, some exit frags here. Decides to go aggressive. Doesn't quite find it. Is gonna 180 that one. Kinetic able to hold their ground for a second one too. And it looks like anyone trying to save is gonna save out the other side.
Which, I mean, is a smart play at the end of the day. I mean, you're keeping your op. Yes, it's 12, and yes, it's, that overtime point, but now it's match point. But, like, the realistic chances of you actually retaking that, because retaking B with an operator is genuinely so hard.
Especially from that angle.
Yeah, exactly. There's so many close angles. There's so many angles you have to check. And with an operator, it's just not realistic for that to happen. So I think Master X kind of understanding that and then, playing with the operator close to him, he's like, hey, you know what, we're not going to retake the site.
Right, he gets it on the defense for next time.
And now it's going to be game point here for the Wolves. 12-8, and let's see if the Mammoths have it in them to bring it back. Does get Brimstone smoked right away, and Kinetic is be holding these bathrooms that his team desperately needs him to kind of get some picks here as well. One off the Empress, and we're going to see if, you know, decides to use that if they get that one kill, but we're going to see what happens with this first one as well.
Yeah, Wolves almost had a massive read there. Unfortunately, they took long enough, the rotations out, and that element of surprise goes down. Kinetic gets a little bit of damage on. Holding his ground well, finds one. That's a spike down. That's actually a big trade. So defense now comes flooding in, and we're going to see the Wolves try to rotate out. Another chance at an open site. First, maybe 15 seconds of this. Oh, miss her. Pushing up a little bit here, trying to get the boom bot. Oh, wow, makes it through. Now, no reason to stay. Mammoths are going to get that full rotation. Maybe a little bit early.
Yeah, definitely not waiting for the plants. They're not even on site yet. I mean, yeah, they're most likely to go B off that, but I think, you know, the ult was a little early for them to actually do anything based off of that.
Especially when that ult covers like most of the zone, and the default's pretty set in stone here. Waiting until it's down is a good one. Master trying to peek around, get the narrowest angle. He is going to get smoked out a little bit. See a lot of util going trade. Master trying to hold two different angles there. Unfortunately goes down. Phantom is going to find one. And Atlas on the reply there. Phantom now.
Say 1v2 here. Yep. Turn out of time.
And they're really split, and they're just going to hang out until they hear a tap. So Phantom's got to hunt them down. Is going to find one of them, but the contact is going to pull out this next one. I miss her. Looking for him. The blast pack. That's all it takes in that first game.
And yeah, the Wolves are now going to take that one and go on to grand finals. And, you know, going at it alone can ultimately get you so far. So if you want to increase your chances of success, you have to level up your teaming skills. You see that last game, we saw just how talented these guys are going back and forth. Esports Tower really takes the time to create teams of well-matched teammates. And of course, you know, if you haven't checked out Esports Tower clubs, you should. It's a fast track to rank up. So check out that at esportstower.com. And with that, the Wolves take down the Mammoths instead of a grand finals showdown against the Hammerheads, which I think was similar to last week. I think we saw the Hammerheads last week as well. And, you know, just a great game that we just saw right there. But we're going to go into the grand finals right after this break. So don't go anywhere, and we'll see you right after this one.
Protecting your customer journey from fraud is critical. According to industry analysts, Count's AI-driven platform is the leading solution. From account login to digital payments, Count is recognized for both its customer impact and technology excellence. Learn more at count.com.
Growing up in Idaho, we have certain rules we live by. First rule, camouflage never goes out of style. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
to this week's broadcast of the Esports Tower Rumble in Valorant. Of course, we are broadcasting from the Boise State Esports Arena. And welcome to the Esports Tower Fall Rumble. The Hammerheads and Wolves are all set for the grand final showdown, and who will come up on top to claim that Rumble title. I'm your host, Brandon Rodhouse Kozianski. Joining me to call the action today is none other than Greg Olsol-Smith. And of course, Greg, I mean, we just had some great matches that we just happened right there, and now it's time for the grand finals. And, you know, the last couple of weeks we've seen grand finals teams at least start out pretty close, and we've seen a lot of momentum kind of happening in the Esports Tower. Do you think that it's kind of a thing where these timeouts are going to help a little bit more, or do you think Woody can kind of combat that?
I don't think it can really hurt you. I think, it's an extra piece of your arsenal that you may as well employ when you can. So, yeah, I think momentum is a really important factor of the game. We've seen a lot of crazy comebacks, and especially when your play style is kind of an energetic play style, that momentum is important, and the hype in the chat is important, and the sweaty comms have got to be there. So I think, yeah, that can be pivotal.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that we've seen here, at least with these closer games, is they start out close, but, the momentum's kind of taken over, I think, especially, let's obviously talk about the map, which is Fracture. There's a lot of different things on Fracture. I mean, it's been changed up a little bit now, so Dish is probably a little easier to play for. You definitely have the same kind of overall agents. I mean, the one thing that we could possibly see here is the Neon Breach that we've seen a lot of the time with people, but I mean, it takes a lot more communication, takes a lot more setup and things like that, whereas, I think in the Esports Tower lately, we've seen a lot of just kind of solo play been happening. We saw Avian on that Chamber. Chamber's been making a big difference on these teams. Obviously, we've been seeing these raises, doing a great job there. So I think, with Fracture being how it is, I'm going to be pretty interested to see who can really get the attack going. I think that's been kind of the theme here, is who can kind of show that on attack to get it going, to kind of show you how involved your team is and how good your team play is.
Yeah. No, I would love to see some real team play work. And, I mean, you mentioned how kind of like one-off these players are feeling today. Those raises, the fade as well. Phantom Brother was doing some excellent stuff. Rezkin always felt pretty solo. His game sense was on point.
Yeah, and of course, we'll take a moment to congratulate all of the Esports Tower club members who have graduated from clubs and have been offered scholarships across the country. Over the last year, Esports Tower members have received over $3.9 million in scholarship awards. And these students have not only worked hard in their in-game play, but worked hard academically and have earned these scholarship opportunities. We've got to be more excited and proud to see all the opportunities that these players are getting. I mean, $3.9 million is a lot of money. And of course, going to college, that is always great to kind of see these guys have that great balance between, school and games, of course. So
yeah, gotta have it.
Great job there. And, each week with the Esports Tower, we've seen a lot of different teams, a lot of players that we haven't seen before. I mean, I think the last game kind of showed that, a couple newer faces that we've seen kind of pop off with, the dog on the fade going pretty crazy there. So great job there. And of course, Doc's keys of the game, which is presented by Esports Tower. Scroll Pro device at esportstower.com. And in Valorant, you want to flank efficiently, spend MP wisely, count cards, call abilities, and click those heads. And improve your game sense, improve your team play, improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matched with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up on this Esports Tower. And of course, going back into it, this map is going to be on Fracture. And can the Hammerheads avenge last week's loss, or can the Wolves sweep the Hammerheads, en route to another title here? So, we kind of briefly touch on the mapping Fracture. So, lots to work on with that one. But we did see Wolves last game. I mean, they're a very patient team. And I think on Fracture, it can be a good and it can be a bad thing. Fracture is a map, especially where you can hit things really fast, really hard. A-site is a pretty slow area, and especially since you can hit it from both areas. I think Wolves are going to have to kind of dial it a little different in terms of how they want to play these sites on defense. And now you look at these team comps here. We're going to see both Breach, which is basically the main initiator on this map, which is so many different angles. You can use those flashes, concusses, his ult can cover the entire site, so great job there. Both Brimstones, which is basically the standard as well. Both Cyphers, once again, seeing both those. I mean, Avian on the Cypher, on the Chamber, doing a great job. And of course, we're going to see the Cypher play, once again, from the Hammerheads, which is kind of a staple at this point. Seen him do a really good job there, and here we go to this first round. Male, here comes the new dish change. It's a lot, only that one side you have to kind of hold now, but Avian playing really aggressive. Jump peek gets him. Get a flash, but you kind of run away. Gonna give up that space for the moment.
Yeah, Blind just to slow it down, kind of get back into the pit where he's got a teammate to work with. They're going to try to work from a little bit more similar angles. He sees one walk in, not ready for that other one coming in from the side. the angle isolation here sure is difficult, especially when he's playing so forward. So I like that flash to just try to get out of there. Keikonen going to try to play very aggressive here. Going to take one from the side excellently. Beautiful use of the frenzy. Try to get out of there. Sunny Lee now. Looking to walk around.
Yeah,
checking all his angles. The pre-fire. Trying to get back into the site.
Here we go. Avian is going to be slow taking sight here. Does have a flank. Does get that indeed. And Wolves taking a great attack at first. And, you know, I do kind of want to touch upon, there is, you know, definitely a difference between starting on attack versus starting defense first. So obviously someone picks the map, but then someone picks the side they start on. And I think it's, you know, for certain players, starting on attack really gets their confidence going and it gets them warmed up. Whereas defense, sometimes it's a thing where you might feel pretty left out for a couple rounds in terms of if your teammates are playing really well or, you know, they're dying too fast. It can either feel like, you know, you're not really involved or every time you kind of walk in, you're walking to a situation where you're not favored. So definitely kind of an interesting thing there to see how these guys start out with. But Wolves, once again, starting out with a great first round here. And Avian playing, once again, so aggressive on this chamber and doing a great job at really taking that space and showing you how to play it.
Our defense kind of gambled on holding B together, so it's a 5-man retake. They've got one of the Wolves players a little bit further off. Hopefully this Raze is going to find some contact here, but we might not see it. As they walk back onto this A side, we see defense trying to make their way through. They do get a big flash, and Molly, they're just holding them at base. Sunny Lee and Saibo are going to have a rough time trying to get through here. This Raze finally making contact. Master going to be the one to hold them off till Jaguar can come in from the side and take Melt down. Now Cats coming through these tunnels here. Finds one for free, keeps walking in. Wow, lucky that knife out isn't going to cost them too much.
Goes to heal.
Wall, but it's too much to heal. Rezkin's going to be the one to find it. Cat's there. Turns right around to catch Sunny Lee, a 3K for the shutdown, looking at 2 points.
Yeah, I think the heal was pretty unfortunate there, just to kind of, you know, given the situation that he was in. But, hey, overall they got 2, so not too bad from the Hammerheads here, but the Wolves are definitely going to still be on top in terms of that round. And now it's going to be the first buy round from the Hammerheads, so going to be full buying that here, of course, and going to see how many guns they can kind of save. And look, actually, Wolves are going to go with a little bit of an interesting play here, and they're actually going to upgrade to 2 Vandals. So they're definitely going to bank on winning this round. And if they don't, it's definitely going to be kind of hefty to their eco here.
Yeah, hopefully this gamble of theirs pays off. Pretty spread by the Hammerheads now. They're looking for a rotation right through the center.
Yeah, and they're definitely really enjoying playing this ace site at the moment. Jaguar going to kill on the mail.
Rezkin with great molly usage there, just holding people back up in the tower. Avian tries to play aggressive on that. Saibo going to take him down. Atlas to turn it around. Now the Wolves on the side. Yeah. Keikonen walking back on expertly. Almost gets punished by that one. Sunny Lee looking to back him up. They kind of have to multitask these angles. Attack side's doing well, pacing a back forth between the two. Jaguar's going to be the one to finally get the final hit. Keikonen now, last one in the field. He's got to watch his back too. There's the third player still running about. Master with the, maybe I could call it a flank to find that one.
Yeah, and I want to say Wolves' buy there ended up paying off. And I do want to point out, Jaguar's strafing right there was really, really just fundamental right there.
Yep.
You see him take 2 shots, 3 shots, move left, right. Take 2 shots, 3 shots, move around. And it's so much harder to hit them, and he's hitting him at higher accuracy and a lot more time. So definitely had some great just overall fundamental play from Jaguar right there. And I think that's just a really important 3K that they just had right there.
Yeah, Riot Devs definitely incentivized tap firing.
Yep.
You've got to do a little poke and prod. It's not a bulldozer every gun.
Yeah, it's not the CS AK.
No.
And it's not going to have consistent spray as much.
No, the spray pattern is never consistent. Like the randomization of the spray pattern just on left to right after long hold, you don't want more than 3 bullets.
Absolutely.
HMR Cat's going to try to, stand against all this. They don't push through. In fact, he TPs away, so he's going to get away with his life. Oh, Sunny Lee, though, TPs into a rough situation. Keikonen going to play off that Master, going crazy, finds 2. Saibo with 1. It is all bars. All holds barred. No holds barred. It's crazy. Cats now. Last one in the field. Half health. If he can find one. He's, got the potential to heal, but is not going to find it. Just not quite the gun to be playing that distance. Goes down.
Yeah, so now going up 4-0 in this moment here. And, of course, her Master, by the way, is actually Miss Her. So just to let you know, it's the same player on the Wolves here. But it is now going to be 4-0 for the Wolves. Definitely a considerable lead, and I think, that kind of stemmed from the last round, them kind of gambling on those 2 Vandal buys, the heroes, and definitely did a good job. So, and of course, I think Wolves this time, they had started a 7-1 run last game, but this time it seems like they've been kind of playing a little bit more calculated this time to keep that lead going here. So let's see how it kind of works out as they keep getting that lead. And this time I think the Hammerheads are going to be full buying. So pretty even teams here. We do have the Breach ult available. There comes the Rolling Thunder onto the site here. Kaioken does get knocked up. Jaguar trying to get on the site still. And wow, great job by Jaguar.
Yeah, Kekkonen a little bit fuzzy. They're trying to catch with a nice. Oh, beautiful. To take 2, gives one to Sunny Lee. Sunny Lee looking for another one. Moving nice and slow. Almost caught the hip there, but it's enough to get the eyes away. And Katz is going to be the one to move in. Avian finds one on Cybo. And Kat, just the flank potential this map has is huge to begin with.
Yeah. And, the biggest thing is as soon as your chamber goes down for the Wolves, it allows a flank to be that much more prevalent. And so Kat's just walking all the way through spawn, gets them in B or an A main, and then just has, that 2 shots right away, gets a 3rd for the flank. So I think overall, that's a really good flank by Cats, and that's just what they kind of need to get going in terms of like confidence kills. Here's the thing in this game where a lot of people don't think about it, but you definitely want to stay warm. There's a lot of times like if you're winning a couple rounds and you're not getting shots and things like that, you're going to kind of not feel as good. So definitely want to get those kills, stay in it.
Oh,
here comes Cats on Avian.
Cats was chomping at the bit there.
I would say Avian does not lose those very often.
Nope. Look at this ult potential. Yeah, sure enough.
Yeah, there it is. Absolutely. Doesn't actually tag any of them, so it's going to take the site and the space that they needed there. They do have the Orbital Strike available with the Showstopper, but Showstopper quite low on Ray's HP here.
Yeah, a dangerous time to use it.
Oh.
Sunny Lee has the potential here, whether he knows it or not. He's going to keep pushing in, tries to go for that flick, but the wall's in the way. Avian going to be the one to find it. Jaguar gets one. Good marks playing together there. The Wolves looking nice and spread out. Almost all their bases watched, though. Yeah, Cybo unfortunately goes down, so.
Yep.
Master watching that angle well. It's going to be a hard time for Kekkonen to get in. I don't think that he wants to, and there's no reason for Wolves to push forward on that.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing I do want to point out there is going from spawn, like, Avian was just sitting in that smoke, and that is kind of a little bit of a gun difference in terms of they had an AWP and a Spectre. So, definitely kind of was going through the smoke and didn't shoot through the smoke to get any, I guess, presence there. Because the biggest thing about, chamber is, yeah, you can sit in that smoke with the Avian, like with your TP up. But the thing is, if you're going to shoot through that smoke, I mean, obviously you're going to get there's a good chance that you kill him through the smoke. So that was definitely kind of a little bit of a difference between that Operator and that Spectre gameplay in terms of like not having those guns that you'd usually think you'd spray through with. And so definitely take that round, and the Wolves having a considerable lead here. Hammerheads are going to lose that Operator, but I think the 2-4 should be up semi-soon, if not next round most likely, but it is now 5-1 for the Wolves here. And here we go. Kaioken going to kind of set up, has his cam. That Cypher player.
Hopefully Kekkonen has set up enough, because this is where they're going to be walking in. It is a pinch around A. Gets rid of that spike cam. That's some info out. They don't know Kekkonen is playing that close, though. This Boombot trying to clear some angles. Looks like they jump out on him a little bit. Does find him with Atlas. So that tripwire in the cage a little less important.
Oh, Avian has the Operator now, too.
Just trying to find something.
Oh!
Gets one. Keeps playing it up.
Ooh.
Oh! Walk right past. Finally going to find it. Master going to take Mail while Katz finds Avian. Now they're just playing aggressive, looking to set up the site extensively, trying to get rid of Cats here so they're not in a pinch situation, but it doesn't work. Again, we see this happening. Cats backs up a little bit, going to use that to try to get out of the way.
You can't see again.
All these Leers. Not going to find it.
Yeah, that's one of those things where I guarantee Cat was like, oh, that's how the interaction works. So the thing is yes, you can dismiss, but the thing is the Prowler will still go through, as we saw twice. So the biggest thing about the Prowler is it will actually keep finding you, and it doesn't matter if you dismiss, it will go through you. I think the biggest thing with kind of how Reyna works sometimes with like kind of how like that interaction works. It works with some things like, Killjoy or something like that, but I think that just kind of goes through, whereas like if the Prowler's kind of, I don't know, finding your character model. So pretty interesting there. And now we're going to see 5 ults from the Hammerheads, though, so definitely want to see them work with those. Oh, wow. Great concuss right away. Swap skins. And Wolves just hitting this A side over and over and over again until it kind of really fails, to be honest.
They sure are. And Hammerheads are holding pretty far out, like away from the site at first pull. They really want to get a nice feel for where everybody is and then rotate quickly. So we already see almost a 4v5 being here. This rotate is close. Be coming out near the ropes. See if Raze can get a chance. No, they're not even going to play for it. Move right on a site main. Sunny Lee now is their biggest opposition. Doesn't even check the side, finds one. Ready for the second one. The crouch gets him. That's Atlas and Avian finding theirs. Wolves now a 4.
Orbital strike available.
So Orbital strike might find something. Catches one. Almost. Riskin is going to find one. At least they milk him out of that position. Saibo now trying to find something, but he's the last one alive against 4. It is not a great position, but they are hunting him down here.
Say 6-1 here. Saibo in the smoke here. Gonna find Reskin.
They know where he's
30
at now,
HP
though.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking to back up some. Doesn't expect more behind him, so that team ace coming out as Jaguar finds Saibo. 4.7.
And this is actually the exact same kind of situation the Wolves were in the last game, but the difference being is Wolves are actually attacking this time first. So last time we saw that the Wolves were actually defending first, got them a couple rounds, but it's simply attacking that they are just really confident in how they want to play this. So playing so aggressive in terms of these A-site pushes, doing a great job of, you know, those splits that we kind of seen on this map, the 2-side, 3-side. So overall, just making it so it's really hard for the Hammerheads to play with. Once again, Hammerheads have 4 ults to kind of use. Great job trying to use that orbital strike last round. Oh, here we go.
Oh, defense playing aggressive with the good call. Unfortunately, they don't cash out to very much. Master and Atlas going to find their one. Saibo, fights it as well. They have the right idea, but it's not looking good for them. The Wolves walking right up here. Male is going to find one, but goes down to Atlas. And attackers just take one by storm there.
I do want to say that that genuinely was kind of a gun difference there. I mean, they had the right idea for the Hammerheads, but man, it's so funny to see the Wolves finally go B and the Hammerheads do the same thing. So Hammerheads definitely were in that mindset of, okay, Wolves have gone A this many times, they're probably to try B this time. And that's what they did. But the thing is, like I said, they just kind of had the gun difference there. Unfortunately, just kind of, you know, lose that battle. And I will say, they bought an op, and it was probably the biggest mistake they've done this game because now Avian has been online and in absolute terror with this operator here.
Moving right back into the A slide, and Hammerheads, they've called their bluff. They already have everyone rotated and on A. Ooh, Keikonen narrowly avoiding that ult. Is going to move around, hoping for a little jump on her master here. Is going to find it. It goes straight to the ult. That's a good one. Gets back onto site. Defense totally owns this site, but they don't have Spike. Atlas is the name of the game now. Upon opening that door, gets a lot of fire. So looking for maybe a different site. Maybe just hoping for some outro frags, but they're not on Wolves' clock right now. Hammerheads are going to win on a, you know, a runtime.
Yeah, I mean, Wolves does have the spike in terms of Atlas does the spike. Could be playing pretty slow here, and probably should be waiting it out, maybe trying to hit a re-hit for A, but, you know, Male is definitely just eyeing that down at the moment here.
Yeah, the rotation has been out, so... And my problem is you can't really wait for a re-hit, waiting for, like, you know, rotation to thin out a little bit. One, they have a Cypher, so they already have eyes on the other side, and this map's rotation so quick. Yep, as soon as that contact's made, he's going to stand right in the middle of that C, gets out of there, rotation's back. That time is just kind of spent. Ooh. He just can't quite find it. Keikonen going to play for the distance and take down Atlas.
Yep, and they're going to get those 2 rounds. So, I mean, 8-2 at the moment here. 8-4, obviously, the ideal situation for the Hammerheads. And then we're going to see a timeout from Wolves, I believe, because that was Reskin. I think that's it's kind of smart because I actually was going to hit you with a question that I didn't really get to, but you know, sometimes I think that calling the timeout ahead can be a genuine kind of thing. I mean, we've seen it in a case like this where, you know, you're dominating a lot and then it goes 8-2. I think it's kind of a thing where you just think to yourself, okay, we want to win these next 2 rounds really pretty badly because you made a 10-2 on Fracture. I think that gives you a spot where, you know, a really good spot because they've won almost all their pistol rounds. I think that's another thing that you kind of people don't touch upon is how important those pistol rounds are and how much momentum that's kind of giving them.
Yeah, it's kind of a free 2 points.
Yeah.
And when you talk about momentum, yeah, that's really important. And if that's the entire idea behind these breaks is to kind of offset or change or push that momentum a little bit, then those are kind of the three things at play. So, yeah, doing that ahead of time definitely makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing here is obviously just like, okay, guys, let's, you know, probably just, hey, let's re-hit A because they cannot defend us. I mean, they kind of did right there, but I think, you know, just kind of going back to what worked for them when it came to that, going to that site here. So we're going to see them once again, and, you know, the operator's going to be, you know, thrown back to Sunny Lee, and I wonder if Avian is going to get one. He could possibly. Oh, it seems like SA definitely does not want to have that.
Just playing games with us.
Need equipment.
And we're going to see them really kind of all going more so B-side. And it looks like the Wolves are actually going to re-go with the 5-man B main here.
I like it. Let's see how far they get through. Defense.
Smoke's down.
It's got a good hold on the area.
But look how fast, I mean, that the Hammerheads are rotating here. Jaguar going underneath, having some great shots lately, and it seems like they're going to be slowly rotating to that A side here. Oh, Jaguar going to be looking for the cam here.
Not quite going to find it, but it is there. It's just a bit deeper in. They have really put everything they have onto one site. A good call to have the one person with the orbital strike be the one standing a bit at a distance. You know, he doesn't lose all of his value that way. He is still helping out, and he's going to be the one to make the call for a little bit of a rotation here as we see the chamber coming to A site. The re-hit A is big. We already have a lot of offense standing there. Sunny Lee ready just in case someone walks too far. It's going to take a little bit more of a bait. They're going to get right out of there. Yeah, maybe they're hoping for an orbital strike on the defuse, but no, he's back in. Reskin is right on top of it.
Oh, I like this play a lot, too. As long as they don't see him here, we'll see if they catch his head. And oh, Sunny Lee definitely saw a glimpse of it.
Could have seen him on that jump.
Showstopper. Prowler gets him down, yeah.
Nice.
Unfortunately, Reskin goes down. Running low on time.
Suddenly, it's a little bit less secure here. They don't have an ult to hold it in, but they're so good. Atlas's gunplay is going to be the one to hold it down. And Masters here as well with the Blast Pack check is going to get them out of the way. Sunny Lee goes down and Wolves take 0.9.
I liked Reskin's play up there, but unfortunately, I'm pretty sure he got seen by the breach ult when he went up in the air.
That could have been a cheeky one,
yeah. And definitely great try there, but Atlas, once again, holding it down with that Vandal. Gets a 3K, has a great prowler to get so that, you know, Cave Cannon cannot see. Now it's 9-2 for the Wolves here. Definitely want to end this round out. Hammerheads don't have the best eco here. We're going to see a Spectre, no armor for Cybo. Then a Spectre, and then we're going to see the 3 Vandals. So,
you want to play,
definitely win the way we want to. And of course, the Wolves are going to have that tour de force on Avian. Of course, got to, you know, definitely see that one through.
Nice.
Oh, great haunt, yeah.
Avian and Jaguar to find their one. They're going to keep moving up, owning site. Now Hammerhead's looking to take this with the 3-man. Flank goes down.
Planted.
They know where 1 or 2 are. A little bit of firing through the smoke, but Cybo makes it through unharmed. Even finds one, looking to hit this one at heaven. Not quite going to find it. Avian gets one out.
Oh, Avian.
Tour de force, both of them. Mail does slip one in middle there, but it's not quite enough, and attackers take 0.10. This is not what Hammerheads were hoping for, but the Wolves. Does this let us know that, yeah, taking that time out right beforehand helped them, you know, really solidify, really?
I think for their type of team, yes. What I mean by that is we kind of saw last game where sometimes, even a little bit this game, not too much, but you could tell that their team is really good with the momentum, but they can get a little out of control. Like every team you've ever seen. I mean, solo queue, you've seen it. No matter where you are and what team environment, it happens. There's not a team out there that it doesn't really happen to, or at least it doesn't in practice happen to. It's a thing where, you know, you start winning so much where it's like, okay, now we can start playing a little trolly, or, oh, I can take this peak that I usually wouldn't. And so taking that time out to, like, resurface yourself with a team like Wolves, where they're getting a little too, I guess, ambitious with their actions, and did a great job. Now it's 10-2, and they have a great lead here. I think Wolves have not lost a pistol round tonight. They're 3-0 for that, so now it's time to see if, you know, they can win this one, not to jinx them or anything. And interesting A pick here. They're going to go all through Dish, 5-man. No one's, I think, Alice is going to be watching it from main. And he's just see one right there, does a great job, backs up. Okay, let's retake A. keep that haunt here as well. Male gets killed on the Jaguar, which is definitely a big pick for them.
Haunt's not going to get a whole lot of value off, but
Taking a lot of damage onto Brimstone, though.
Jupiter Chamber took a lot of damage as well. All on site. Yeah, Avian is going to find one. Defense playing nice and slow here. Cats looking to defend in case someone wants to come in from that angle. Not quite going to be there. Going to go in, try to defend Male. He's already taking so much. Plays with the Frenzy straight forward onto the long angle there. Going to pick up the Ghost. This is one of the slowest and most technical.
Oh, there's second. Yep, great job, Wolves. And wow, 4K by her master doing an incredible job on this Raze this game. I think they have I want to say they have 19 kills. Yep, they have 19 kills here. Definitely going pretty crazy with this 11-2 now. And I think if you're Hammerheads, this is definitely a situation where I think forcing is worth it. Stingers are in a case where it's really not that big of a difference. I mean, the biggest difference I think would be the light armor, which would definitely suck, but it seems like they're definitely kind of leaning towards the side of we want to just save anyways, and then maybe try to just get that crazy miracle run for that, 10 rounds in a row for that 12. And Reskin instantly gets a pick onto Sunny Lee. Definitely not what Hammerheads want to do here.
Out of charges.
Yeah, Reskin repeaks, gets another one.
Spike down B.
That spike down that early is a big change to great pacing.
Yeah.
Reskin going crazy through that. Could have been playing it blind. Now everybody shifts south of the map. Defense is right on top of it. Cats.
Reskin looking for the ace.
Might find it. Oh, he was not ready for that one.
Oh, yeah.
Ace.
Oh, they're gonna go for the knife.
Cats, they're going aggro on him. Disrespectful.
Oh!
And he gets it.
Oh! Avian, yeah, definitely showing some disrespect right there with that knife.
Maybe he just wanted the cred boost.
That doesn't give you a cred boost.
Oh, that's only CSGO?
Yep.
Rough. Avian was being disrespectful with that knife then.
12-2 now. And, the Hammerheads are definitely in a do-or-die situation. Wolves are probably going to be more than likely to upgrade once again to go with those Vandals and Phantoms to match them. Oh, just one, actually. Just Reskin, because I guess Reskin was the only one who died, so that's the only worst we can do it. But we'll see if they end up winning it here, but, Hammerheads do have the gun advantage here. Great play here.
Yeah, Master trying to play forward.
Oh, great flash, too, right there. Jaguar also just having a util game.
Yeah, beautiful utility timing. Really let them branch out a lot further than they should have been able to get. Kick on his side.
Orbital strike. Oh, great job. Yeah, I like that play a lot.
Really took that one for free.
Oh.
Walks through a little bit, but gets back to his homie, Saibo, Keikonen, reunited on the other side of the field. They're hoping, I hope they're hoping for a rehit because they kind of gave up a lot of positioning there. They saw that boom bop through, so they know two players are here and they know which one. So they might be looking for, to just sprint right on out of there. Oh, little bit of damage took. But that run convinced them that they were both there, and Keikonen, who held back, was able to find one. Now a 50 is set up, and they find a few more kills. Hammerhead Cyber, last one goes down.
Yeah.
Defenders win.
And wow, what a great just win by them. And of course, want to be seen by expert college recruiters, talk directly to esports industry insiders like pro athletes, team general managers, game producers, then join the club. Esports title players get insider access to industry insights, and with our feature rumbles, recruiters are taking notice too. It's a great way to score exposure if you're looking to start your path to pro or land a collegiate scholarship. And of course, the Wolves take down the Hammerheads and are the Rumble champions. And of course, before we end the night, we actually have a show match to wrap things up there. So overall, Wolves take a convincing 13-2, I believe it was, for the grand finals. I mean, just once again, Wolves dominated there. And of course, we're going to go to the show match, so we'll be right back after this break, and don't go anywhere.
Growing up in Idaho, we have certain rules we live by. First rule, camouflage never goes out of style. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
Protecting your customer journey from fraud is critical. According to industry analysts, Count's AI-driven platform is the leading solution. From account login to digital payments, Count is recognized for both its customer impact and technology excellence. Learn more at count.com.
Welcome back to this week's broadcast of the Esports Tower Rumble in Valorant. We are broadcasting it from none other than the Boise State Esports Arena. And welcome to the Esports Tower Fall Rumble. And of course, big congratulations to the Wolves for winning the Rumble. Before we wrap up the night, though, we have a show match between the Turtles and the Gators. I'm your host, Red Hot's Brandon Red Hot's Koziansik, and joining me to call action is Greg Olsol Smith. And Greg, we saw a show match last time with Coach Halter in there, showing us the 3v3 strats that I think he kind of works a little too much there. But we're going to see this time it's 5v5 players. So I think it's just kind of a mix and match of players. They're going to have more fun, little freedom, little players that haven't played with each other beforehand. So kind of looking forward to agent picks.
Yeah, I love these free agent, ghost team setup. I know for a while, anytime we had a 5-man rando draw, we'd name the team Ghost. So I don't think we've ever seen the Turtles perform. So I'm assuming that's kind of what we're feeling. And I would love to see what these agent mashups are. Yeah.
Yeah, and of course they have to follow the rules of Doc's Keys to the Game, which is presented today by Esports Tower. Scroll pro advice at esports.com. And in Valorant, you want to flank efficiently, spend and peek wisely, count those cards, call abilities, and click those heads. And of course, improve your game sense, improve your team play, improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matched with great players and also coaches to help you rank up. And of course, that's brought to you by Esports Tower. And getting into the game, of course, like we were kind of talking about for a little bit there on how these players are going to react. And of course, the difference being is, sometimes it's definitely a little different for, your solo queue versus what you usually play with. I think the biggest thing is, like I said, maybe you have a Yoru player that, in these games that you're like, okay, no, you're not going to play for it there. But, of course, obviously you want to check out the QR code on the screen, check out the amazing offer from Vita Shop. And I don't know what map we're actually playing on. Oh, I played on Breeze. So I hope to see some Yoru. I'd like to see some Yoru on this map just because Yoru offers so much TPs all around and things like that. Also, we've kind of seen Chamber, which I think we've seen almost every game now. Probably some Reyna, everyone. Maybe a 5 Duelist comp. I could definitely see people being like, well, I want to play Duelist. I don't play Duelist. So.
Right.
Oh, no, we're going to see a pretty interesting comps here.
It's fairly balanced. Double Initiator on one side with the Sentinel Controller Duelist. That's nice. Then we have on the other side the, what is that? A double Duelist and then
one
Initiator Sentinel Controller. Yeah, so one of them going a little bit more forward.
One double Duelist, one double Initiator.
But with KO being the second Initiator, we have a KO on both sides though. He's
definitely an Initiator.
Yeah. he really initiates.
But I definitely like the Sova on this map because of that Viper Wall. Oh, Shadow can see him, yeah.
Make a little bit of eye contact. Not really playing on it yet. Extension, feeling comfortable to just kind of window shop this kill. Not quite going to find it. Looking to push a little bit further through those double doors. Kind of just bouncing around, really holding this main area, which always scares me a little bit. Sunny Lee being the only one to push through on that B side, so he can't push very far, especially now with the angles coming at him. He's going to find Selexic, who gets greedy and pushes through. Sorry, he's the one to push through on that B side now. He just takes the kill and runs right away back to mid where the spike is being held. Gators suffered a little bit of a hit on the health there, just from Selexic extension, tapping right through the double doors. That's why the mid hold here on Breeze is a little strange. It's not like Ascent at all.
Yeah, we're seeing Pryor kind of hold this down mid. Sunny Lee gonna get down Tom, actually, who was flanking. Selexic kind of making their way onto site here. Sunny Lee does find Pryor on site. Pryor on site by himself at the moment here. 1v2 there. We'll see if that kind of happens. They do not have the spike, though. Spike does go down mid, so they definitely know that one site's going to use that.
10 seconds left. And it's back to 1v1. Pryor holds his ground and takes both of them. Sights untouched, spikes back in mid, Moonkeeper, he's able to get to it. Nope, Selectsic takes him down from Nest.
An interesting kind of attack there. It was all over the place. Saw like, 2 players going to B with no spike. Saw one mid, one kind of mid-doors area. And just kind of give a little background, the Turtles are actually a mixed roster from several different pods, and while the communication might be a little bit hard, the players obviously get to play with different styles, which is pretty good here. And the Gators have also said they've been working very hard since the last Brawl appearance and want to scrim and get some live game action to keep themselves in a fresh team environment. So, obviously we're going to see that kind of Euro being played a little more.
Time to jump.
But we don't see too much, of course. But I think on this map you can do a lot of fun things. Just by playing on that A side especially, so I'd love to see kind of Moonkeeper show some things on that A side as well.
I got to
but so far, not too crazy. And here we go. We're going to see the Gators go through mid. Oh, gets a pick onto Pryor though. With that Classics, we've seen Classics kind of uniting here. Oh, that's good. Nice jumping there. So I think it's a pick onto Wishes though.
Gonna try to rotate out to B here. He's safe to jump right through this smoke if he likes. His master's already checked out on the other side. E though playing a little bit aggro, holding these walls pretty well, hoping that they will walk through naively, just like that. Finds Spike with it. Gets back to the floor, comes from position, sees his shoes. Just can't quite find him, but Extension comes in to help him out. Defense just barely clutched that one together. And now are sitting on top of Precious Spike. Kinetic now on the Gators team, looking to walk through. Try to grab this.
Absolutely.
Oh, sorry, Shadow.
Yeah, I'll say Shadow
30
has
seconds
Aries.
left.
Definitely don't want to save that one.
Yeah, plant along with that Aries. Ooh. The Aries is definitely a buckle down, spray and pray control
absolutely.
game. So I don't know if I would have gone full distance with it, but he had such a good.
Hey, that's the attempt you get right there, you know,
exactly.
out of all of them. And so now we're going to see them. Gators are going to have a full buy this round. They should. Actually, I think 1 or 2 did buy. We saw Shadow obviously buy the Aries last round, but they have a light armor Vandal buy, which is, perfectly fine here. And we're going to see Turtles bonusing like the usual. Interesting, we haven't really seen like a full-on hit from the Gators yet. It's been a lot of just kind of different situations of going. Extension. Looking into, man, I kind of like how that name is.
Yeah.
Tom gets a pick on a Master X29. Slicing is playing a cheeky little spot here.
Yeah, we see a few cheeky spots. I mean, look at just the pattern.
Oh,
on the mini-map.
Sunny Lee checks him though.
Pryor looking right down that hallway.
A lot of people hit, but no kills there.
E has been playing this flank the entire round, hoping to find something. Looks kind of right into Storm in that one. E, sure enough, cashes in on those two. Tom to find one with the headhunter. Now it is a 1v1. E goes in for the defuse and might even just get it off before Wishes doesn't even get there. Checks the wrong angle, is able to turn though. Now they know what's up. Goes in for the tap. Move. Just swings a bit wide and Wishes gonna find E.
And wow, 7 HP. It seemed like they were both kind of going crazy each side, but unfortunately, it does fall down in the last second. 7 HP left, so really close one there, but Gators take their first round of the half. And, on that buy round, but everyone else did die. So 4 going down means that 1 left is going to be quite the bad eco. Even though they did win, though. But we saw a couple forces, some light armor, so, like I said, not going to have too much credits here, whereas the Turtles are mostly going to have a full buy. And here we go, round 4.
Gators looking for another another A hit. Wishes walking right up the
silence,
quite a few people there. Beautiful silence.
Ooh, Slicing kills Moonkeeper right away.
Yeah, that kind of diverts attention a little bit. They've got to be watching this one. Now with the wall, even more uncomfortable. I mean, no one's, even looking at Cave anymore. So they're probably just going to grab the spike and get on out of there. They've already got some people in mid taking some serious fire. E can be finding 1, makes eye contact with another 2. Knife is shut down from the nest. They find another.
Wow.
A flawless run by the, not even, almost. Look at that health on the Sova.
Yeah, Pryor definitely likes to, get his involvement in. We've seen a lot of shock darts, a lot of recon darts, a lot of just fighting in general. That guy likes to be in the action. And just like that, we're going to see 3-1 from the Turtles, whereas Gators can now buy now. True to Force and the Neon ult is available, the Shocky. You know, love that ult. But now with the, you know, addition of the headshot, so definitely like the changes that they made to that. But we're going to see kind of how each team keeps evolving their strats. See if Gators, you know, start playing a little bit more aggressive or not. Tom playing a really aggressive mid gets instantly flashed though. E get to play the exact same spot they were last time, but now the walls go down with that silence.
I'm out of here.
Shadow looking to walk right out. Get into a little bit of a better position. We see Gators playing slightly more together this time with a spike in pocket set up, just trying to prod around, feel things. We may see Moonkeeper play right into the hands through this wall here. Not quite.
He has his ult.
He does.
And that's the reason why he has a shorty. Is because he can ult and then, you know, get out of that as fast as he can.
Hi, I'm pissed.
Okay, here comes the Neon ult. Running it really fast into that. Oh, gets the kill onto extension though. And just like that, A site is there.
Yeah, that's a clean site right there. So they're going to have to rotate over the Turtles just a little bit. At least Moonkeeper is going to come around and find Tom now. E is really the only one holding that site.
Yeah, gets a Vandal there. About to run another ultimate.
Yeah, still nice and open. A few people here are going to...
Oh,
wow, selects it
yeah.
quick with that one.
Time to jump.
Right after a jump, too. Steady hand. Moonkeeper low on the health here. Really, if he was going to use the ult, it had to be earlier, so probably not going to see Wishes. There's a great hold on.
Yeah, a little bit of bait there. Not going to lie, but does get the trade, so it doesn't matter.
High-key teammate bait. It's a rough one, but
Wishes.
Oh, yeah.
and the Karma. That's a rough one. Prior now. Last try to take care of things. Sunny Lee does find one. Waiting for that tap. They play wide though. He finds it anyways. And it's a clutch for the win. Walks home with the op.
Sunny Lee once again with that chamber, getting a lot of value in there. I mean, Wish gets the kill on the flank, but unfortunately goes right down to Prior. But it doesn't matter because Sunny Lee actually has the 1v2 set up. And if they would have stuck, it would have been a little scary here, I do want to say. I mean, yeah, they get to half, but you never know with the stick here. Slugs didn't even like re-hit it, but you know, Sunny Lee peeked, got the double kills, and a theme of tonight seems to be once you get an operator into the chamber's hands, things start working out a little bit.
It's fair.
And here we go. Does have the tour de force, but might be trying to save it for next round or something along those lines. 3-2 now though.
Ooh, now that it's a hit on to BE is still hiding in that little cheat spot they love. Hunter's Fury going to come out.
Oh!
Wow, never mind. Takes Sunny Lee down. That's a big one. Considering that Sunny Lee, you just got rid of your op.
Yeah.
Ooh. Wishes trying to get E out of that cheat spot. Not going to happen. Wall does go down, enticing a push in. They're not going to go for it. It selects it from the nest. Applying so much pressure they can't turn around.
And here we go. Select's getting aggressive here. Great drone.
Ooh, I love following in close after.
Yeah, I was saying,
Nice.
Prior's like, I can just shoot through this box.
Pinched him on that box. Going to play straight into the 9. Unexpected,
remaining.
but he still finds one. Prior with the 3K to get Wishes down now. They're sitting right on top of the spike. Shadow playing from distance. Doesn't quite find one before going down to E.
Yeah, I like the sprint away from Shadow. Like, okay, get me out of here. But
Yep.
fortunately, does not get it indeed. Now 4-2 for the Gators. Or Turtles. Turtles, not Gators. Turtles.
Does anyone
shell
have fun?
things.
Shell ones, not the scale ones.
Not the scale ones, yes. Shells and scales. What about that name? What
I'd
about
be for
those? Shells and scales.
Shells versus scales. We'd mess up a lot more. It's a spike in pocket.
Probably would, yeah. Here comes Tom, 4-5-3-9-7-2 here with the operator. Peeking that mid.
You want to play?
The funny thing is like, for names, is, you know, with Riot and Valorant, you can have the same name as someone else.
You can, because there's ID
So
tags.
for you to choose this amount of numbers, there's got to be some meaning. Like, there has to be something behind their name, right?
Maybe it's all.
Oh, imagine. Oh, whoa,
Wow.
whoa, whoa,
The eye
whoa.
I thought they were going to turn around and walk 10 paces.
Holy moly, that was a... I think they were kind of playing a competition there.
Sunny Lee not quite finding that one. Not what I would have expected.
I think this is a whiff round.
Re-hit.
Something's going on here.
Yeah,
Last
something.
player standing.
Tomfoolery.
Spike down A.
Tomfoolery.
Okay, going for the knife.
Wow, tomfoolery.
Oh, here we go.
Ever.
Oh,
Ego. Oh, tour de force with a knife, and he's still surviving. E trying to make it up just Just trying to like monkey bars swing
Yeah,
from smoke to smoke
I
and
was
get
about to
closer.
point that out. Yeah, I love just like the toss and then like, okay, I'm going back here. Let's get a replay on this one, guys. We can really see the amount of who wants it more. Wow. He reloaded and then killed him. But hey,
Ridiculous.
Tom, that was a great try there. I think the numbers, maybe that, I don't know.
Maybe.
So I'm trying to figure out the ninth wonder of the world, or, you know, is it 10, 9?
The 400.
Yeah, there you go.
The 40.
Oh yeah, the 45, 7, 8, 9, 2, whatever it is.
3000th wonder of the world. Tom.
It's Tom. That's what he's actually. No, he's actually from the future. That's why. You just don't know that yet. Shadow kills extension. Phantom nonetheless too. Long range. Yeah, that's fake. Imagine he fakes that though. Oh,
wow,
Tom. 4-5-3-9-7-2.
Yeah, I'll count that as a 3 for 3 because he didn't shoot the one he was supposed
That's
to not
right.
shoot.
Yeah, that's true.
He coming in
Spike
clutch finding that
down
one.
mid.
That's a spike down right in mid. Not a great position for the Gators. Sure enough, they go down to Selectic.
Yeah, I think the Turtles turned up their little dial on the game. They said, okay, now it's time to win.
Oh, the win dial.
Yeah, the win dial of like, all right, guys, no more messing around. You know,
They turn the monitors on.
it's like one of those things where, like, you know, it starts out and like this happens in like every in-house or like, you know, community kind of thing, or like, you know, it's a separate league where like you start out and you're like, oh yeah, this is pretty fun stuff, and then all of a sudden you're just like, I'm winning this game and I don't care if we win 13-2.
Right,
like,
there's
you know
a
what I'm
show
saying?
match
Yeah.
mindset where it's like, I think we could do this on our Wii Fit boards instead of mice and keyboard. And there's a point where you're just like,
No.
okay, we're going crazy.
Yeah, exactly. It happens every time. No matter what situation you are in, it will always end up in terms of someone being like
It gets
getting
competitive.
up in their chair and extending forward in the gamer's position.
Yep. Yes.
We've all done it.
Nose
We've
to the
all done it.
crosshair.
And of course, here we go. He sits here every round.
Oh, what was that?
Yeah, Sunny Lee definitely was there for that one.
He was just making sure it was actually Sunny Lee. Tom now looking to wrap around, hoping for something exciting happening on B, but it's not going to be there because the Gators instead have rolled dice to see where they should stand. Moonkeeper goes down. That's a rough one.
Yeah, Moonkeeper's Yoro, I think, is definitely working at it. Sunny Lee. Oh, that timing was quite unfortunate. I'll give him that one.
Not really his fault. Wishes gets a free
Spike
plant.
planted.
Tom's just checking out B.
Tamu.
Thomas say,
Tom 4, 5.
oh.
Master. Oh, Master
Wow, that's a good
X29.
one. I was not going to expect
That was a
to
great
go as
play,
far.
honestly.
Playing that smoke a little bit high is a little bit strange.
I like the runaway after, because they exactly know where they are.
Wishes has a chance for a decent flank here. The Master.
Oh, he knows.
Right in the thick of it all. That second not quite
Standing.
there. It's the crowd.
One enemy remaining.
Which is resistance take.
Oh.
Expertly well. That's another point for
Wishes did some great job. They're playing really patient, too. I think it's actually good to not use your ult there, because if you use your ult, it really gives you away in that situation in terms of I'm flanking. And so
yeah.
I think it was better there where they had no idea where Wishes was, and now it's going to be 6-3. Gators pick up another round in their arsenal.
They also pick up the spike. Wishes is going to be taking it towards B site here.
Yeah, Virus Pit's still available for E. I think that might be the move this round. We'll see what they're kind of feeling about it. Ooh, Wishes got a little bit of a lineup here for the silence.
Shutting them down.
We'll see where that lands. Does have their ultimate available. Oh, lands on top of, like, the pillar?
Did it?
Yeah.
Nice.
It didn't hit anyone.
That's all right.
Oh, great flash. Oh, they went at the same
What?
time.
The turnaround. And comes back through.
Oh, my
And the
gosh.
peekaboo game was
Spike
lost by
down,
Wishes.
B.
But
Spike does not get
Master,
picked up.
Master got him. Sunny Lee with the op. Ooh, fire comes in. Master very
One
low.
enemy remaining.
Oh, takes one for free, looking to turn back around. Unfortunately,
Last
the heal comes
player
out of that
standing.
and not ready for Pryor.
Spike.
Now it is down to Sunny Levy Pryor, and one of them has a significant gun advantage. As
Pryor,
well as
they're
the
going
spike.
A?
Yeah, Pryor's sprinting.
Oh, yeah, he's out of there.
Pryor does not want any of that.
He has no idea where they are.
Pryor is ready to defuse anything that might spring up on A.
He's like, where are they? And he's here plant.
It's a rough one. Yeah.
This is so funny when you actually
checking
know
it,
what's
too.
happening, because it's like, Sunny Lee's like, where's he at?
Where's he at?
Where's he at?
And you
Where's
see
he at?
him grab the knife again and then sprint back across
Whereas
the map.
the whole time, he's not even there.
Yes, Sunny Lee is worried here. He even did like the bait Plant?
Yeah, he's so scared to plant.
This
30
could be
seconds left.
the wait till 15 strat.
This is Batman right now. He's really wondering where she is. Dude, Sunny Lee.
Sunny Lee he's checking all of his bases.
This is
no
the definition.
stone
This is the
unturned.
definition of an overthinker.
Clear sight.
100% Sunny Lee is an overthinker. He's like, oh my God, where is
10
he?
seconds
Coach
left.
Halter said clear sight.
Okay. Okay. Oh, there it is. And now Pryor's like, he's on B?
Yeah, and they both were very surprised at that. It's going to be a couple seconds. He is sprinting back to the other side with his knife, and Sunny Lee.
Sunny Lee at this point is like starting to hear like just any air at this point or anything.
Right.
Hearing sound, like just seeing sound.
Turn over, and he's ready.
Okay.
Pryor now entering sight,
Oh.
and he's already low on time. He was just so far away. That's Sunny Lee.
And both of them go to the same spot.
And they're kind of doing a little ring around the rosy action here. I like it.
Uh-oh.
Finally,
Yeah.
we're going to get that hit.
Imagine.
Oh, what?
What?
What just happened?
He played him.
Wait, it was the bait shot through
I
the wall.
genuinely have little to no words about that round.
It was a lot like whack-a-mole.
I think that was absolutely hilarious.
That was great.
And it was
anyone have
both
funds?
members like thinking they're outplaying their opponent. And it's just so great to me.
Need a drop.
Because, you know,
Thank
it's
you.
not as funny if you're on either team, but like through our lens of spectator, it is so funny.
No, for them it looked empty. They never
Yeah.
saw anybody.
Like, all right, where are they? Like,
Yeah.
where are they? Like, you know, and then Pryor's like, no, dude, trust me, he's walking all the way across the map to A. And then, you know, he really thinks he tries to plant the bomb 4 times, clears whole
Right.
site. I
No, they
just loved
both
it.
thought they were
I
on
loved
top
it.
of each
Exactly.
other.
I loved it.
Could we make all 5 plays of the game that round?
I love that.
Front to back.
It's just all the plants. Oh,
Selecting.
he saw him.
Oh, just ready to cut Moonkeeper's
That
hair.
unfortunate that flash did not go through.
It's okay. It was an intimidation flash. Pryor.
Pryor's
Pryor's
mad from last round.
He's going crazy.
Oh.
He's locked on
Oh,
that
he was
one.
so close. Oh,
It's getting a little scary. Wishes.
Flashback.
Looking to make it through. Sends the flash wide. They try to shoot at him. He uses it to get across the hall.
Flashbang.
His miss coming out. Try to pop flash right over him. Get him.
Gets a little bit of
somewhat
space.
over the ring, yeah.
Last player
oh.
standing.
Space was okay. The
Spike
positioning was
down
weird.
A.
He was really open. Tom now with the op as Moonkeeper dances around right
has
above
2
him.
TPs left. I don't think I've actually seen him TP yet. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I think he's
Reload.
only fake TP'd.
Oh, interesting.
But I don't know. We'll
Last
see.
round in the half.
7-4 Turtles.
I can buy for you. My treat.
I have a feeling that Turtles on attack side are going to be pretty relentless in terms of they're just going to 5-man everything and just sheer willpower force it.
That's a good spot.
Okay.
That's my prediction. With Tom 4-5-3-7-9-7-2.
He's just crazy. And honestly, he may be outplaying Tom
Also-
4-5-3-9-7-1.
That's what I'm saying.
That's not
Maybe
ready.
it's the amount of copies he's had.
Oh, you think he's smurfed
should be.
45,000 times?
No, I'm saying just different Toms. And now look at him. It's his final form, just like
Crazy.
Cell. Okay, that clone, yeah. Okay. Not pulling anyone there.
Oh, no, 50-50 check
Spike
and all
down
in, walking
B.
right forward.
Oh,
and
he's
got
gonna
the
get
game
TP'd.
win. Yeah,
Oh, he got one.
It was
He
a decent
TP'd.
flank,
He
but
did TP.
the Turtles, they were
He
too
called
tough.
me out. He called me out. He's like, I do TP.
Switching
It's
sides.
not only fakes.
And we haven't seen like the classic day 1 Yoru gambits where like they throw the TP and they flash the TP and they TP to it. That like, you never saw that?
No, I know.
Oh.
I'm saying we haven't seen this
We
game.
haven't seen it yet.
No, I think he's kind of getting down the pick. It's one of those things where maybe he's like, guys, I'm gonna try out Yoru, and I've never played him before.
Right.
And if you have, that's my bad. But
That's kind of, yeah, no offense, but we're seeing a lot of improvement.
that's right. He got 1 TP kill last round. I mean,
was a good one.
We love that. They weren't ready. I wasn't.
No, the rest of the Gators kind of stormed straight in,
Absolutely.
thinking that everybody else was maybe going to look left or right, and someone got crazy collaterals there.
And here we go.
He sets up a nice wall. They're going to walk right
close
on.
on Monster.
Mad aggressive here. Master trying to get it, but gets into
That
an
was a good
awkward
call out.
pinch.
Whoever saw them, because someone definitely saw them and then called it out.
Tom's going to be the one to take it. After a little gun switch, they're looking to walk right in.
Oh.
Sunny sees a
Nope.
couple of hairlines right over the top.
Spike
Sunny Lee
planted.
is. Oh, there we go.
Playing nice and low.
Keeper.
He's going to find one, scares him off as the wall goes
How's a
down.
flash? Oh, Tom, though, with the headhunter. I can't see his crosshair. I think it's a dot. Oh, there it is.
Wow.
Here.
He doesn't need a crosshair.
No, he has a dot. Oh, there's the lineups early, though. I love Fire has lineups, too. Like, it's like they have it's like Bloons tower defense.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, but they got through, though. They got through. But still gonna win the round.
There.
Clutch.
Yeah, there we go, Wishes.
Can you expand on the VTD analogy?
You know, sometimes you're playing too much for like the end goal, or like, you know, they have too many units at the end, like where they end. And so what you're not doing is you're not getting the units weak in the front.
Right.
And so they get all the way through, and then you can't stop them in time. So the classic tower defense in general.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to write that one down. That's huge.
You know.
Dad, yeah, too many end game solutions.
That's right.
Not enough preparation.
Because like they have it there.
Saves 9.
If they don't push them, they win.
Right.
But that's the thing, though, is they're always pushing.
ABP.
Here we go.
Always
Shadow
be pushing.
saved. Shadow didn't die last round, and same with Wishes. So they actually are going to have no money at all.
Yeah, Wish is now flinging that. Classic.
Ooh, Pryor.
Attackers all on site. They haven't split with the wall, so.
Spike
Tom,
planted.
another one on the
Shadow.
Master 29. You think like Master's also improving in like in
Last
terms of like the
player
numbers?
standing.
Like healing Master 30, 31. Because I mean Tom
Tom's got
45372. I think they gotta add more numbers to their name.
I feel like I don't have enough numbers on my name now.
That's what I'm trying to say. I mean, I don't know. We gotta get to the bottom of Tom's name here. Gonna put the trip down. And it's not 10-4. I will say I've kind of called what the Turtles were gonna do here in terms of they are just going in. They are rushing everything. They're go. And then post plant with Pryor
Yeah.
and Viper.
Need backup.
Post plant featuring Pryor on Viper.
That's right.
Jump the knife right out, trying to get rid of any.
Oh, Wishes. There we go.
That might be their Wishes popping right off.
Ooh, he gets 3. Give him the ace.
Move around.
Let him work.
Wishes making so much money off of this just hold it sideways
Yep.
because he punished that one time and he's going to keep getting it.
Last
Oh,
player
wow.
standing.
And
Spike
Turtles
down
quite
A.
simply did not make it through the cave on that one.
Oh.
He's a runner. He's a track star. I don't know how he was able to hold up that long of a fight against people on his 180.
Well, that's the thing is Tom's weakness is if he misses the first 2 or 3 shots, it's not going well.
Right. It
But
becomes
Tom
like,
does have great first 3 shots. That is like not even like
That's true.
that is like a genuine like he is a good first couple shot
I
player.
think there's like a stress and grip switch where you go from like the calm controlled first 3 shots
Yeah.
to just cookie clicker trying to get all the bullets out.
And here we go. 10-5 now.
It's an A hit.
You want
Haven't
to
seen this in a
play?
minute,
Let's
but
play.
True to force coming
ready
out.
for it.
They're just going A over and over again. Tom gets Master, which I think that has been probably the most, like, if there's about a kills they have on each other, it's probably all of them.
Wishes with just the utility dump for not a lot of purpose.
Yeah, that
Excuse
happens
me.
sometimes. You want to stop, he's trying to stop him, I think. Here comes the plant.
Spike planted.
Probably 4 now.
Slow down.
Ooh, that was close. That was actually really close.
Gators are on their way.
Okay,
in.
Wishes is kind of popping lately with Vandal here. Reloads. Going for
Got
it.
a lot to look at.
Yeah, great
That
sleep
guy's
by
out
Pryor.
screen.
Good trade, though.
A good trade, which means his body is still there. He does expire in 8 seconds, though.
He expires like milk. It's like the smell test. It's like, that's just 10 seconds.
One enemy remaining.
Okay, here we go. They can't defuse yet, though. His
Last
lineups.
player
Oh, never mind.
standing.
E is ready. 20 HP. Oh, no.
Oh, the white swing.
Oh!
Not right there. Makes the cross. He's just
Papa
looking at
Swing,
them.
yeah, he doesn't even keep moving.
He was like, I don't need to kill him. I just need him to not defuse.
And there we go. Turtles takes the thing.
The
Which
11th
is
point.
the round, not the thing is the round.
Right.
11
Thing,
to 5.
metaphor for round.
And I'm not gonna lie, that was a banger round. We saw a lot of back and forth, a lot of trades happening, a lot of going on here. And
Yeah.
E does have the Viper's Pit, so I think their goal is to go on to B site. I'd love to see a little cool arrow from Pryor, which he probably does have.
Here.
We actually don't have
Isolate and
the other
expand.
Viper on B. We
Here.
know that we are going to see Moonkeeper drop the fake here, and they're going to have to not shoot at it. Sure enough, there it is. They passed that test. Oh, no, they didn't. He went in after. He
I hope he like, knew it was fake, but was like, I'm getting this.
Yes. He's trying to get the 6K.
That was actually kind of close to their head. Wishes, once again,
Toxins going up.
popping off. Tom. Okay, a lot of kills happening. 3v3 now still.
Yeah, considering that not a lot of people are together.
Oh, they know they're not A anymore. Wishes gets Tom, though.
Toxin screen
I think it's time for Tom 453973.
You just told him to get better, didn't you?
No, I'm just saying, I think if he changed his name, it's like evolving. It's like shedding its skin.
Sure enough, you see, just as we thought, that ult coming out to try to secure a good one, maybe just not on the place.
It actually doesn't matter if he gets silence here, though.
Yeah,
that's
that
a really good lineup, actually, by the way. That's cool.
It could be, but it's not where they were.
Player standing.
Pryor
just shot through.
Another 2. He's going crazy.
He played this place last time, so yeah, and Pryor just says, I'm just kill them all. Pryor's like, it's dinner time. I gotta go. 19-8, by the way, by Pryor. And he hasn't even showed us like a fraction of what he can do.
No.
His brain, when he expands in terms of Sova with his shock darts and recons, definitely goes the extra mile. Like, this guy spends, like, he probably has a time in his head of like, all right, guys, go watch TikToks for like 30 minutes, but only Sova lineups, like not any other thing else, which I respect.
You remember the January 2019 memes of Shaggy, and this is only 1% of my power?
Yeah, exactly.
That's Pryor now. That's what I'm getting for Pryor.
Pryor's like, I could do literally any line you want, you just tell me.
Yeah.
Double bounce, bounce. I can throw it across the map here. I can like A, B, or C. It's on the map.
Tom, while walking, got a crazy fly bullet straight to Wishes. Gonna cut Wishes off early because Wishes' intro facts have been good.
Spike planted. Last player standing.
Oh, Master looking for a great flank here onto Pryor. Try to get rid of all these lineups. Pryor's ready for it though, and finds him.
And the Turtles win the game there. And of course, if you want to be seen by expert college recruiters talk directly to esports industry insiders like pro athletes, chief general managers, or game producers, then join the club. Esports Tower players get insider access to industry insights, and with our featured rumbles, recruiters are taking notice too. It's a great way to score exposure if you're looking to start your path to pro or land a collegiate scholarship. Of course, we have player of the game, which honestly, I think mine is actually pretty high up there. I mean, I think it's Avian today for me personally.
Okay.
Even though the second game, he wasn't at the top, he was right there with them. And I think the impact Avian had today was just miles above. I think that was a big part of their success. This guy always got the first bloods, always got something going, and it made it really hard for teams to ever like go into his site.
Well, interesting, because in similar-ish reasoning, I think my first pick was Rezkin. I have 2 picks, but I think Rezkin was like always there. Game sense was crazy, good map control and positioning, and it, just like I said, always kind of felt like he was right behind you.
Yeah.
And always contributed the entire util every time.
What's
like
number
those
2?
smokes were always there. The number 2 was Phantom Brother, just for gunplay.
Yeah, I mean, Phantom Brother did like. Definitely went pretty crazy today, but like I said, I think Avian for me in terms of like their overall impact for those 2 games that we had today, just the first game they had to go to the grand finals played so well. I mean, we saw an operator get into his hand, and he was getting kills through flashes, Reyna flashes, TPing away, going back in, taking those kills. I think for me personally, that's going to be that one, but I could definitely see a handful of people today. There's a lot of good players that stepped up.
Very technical chamber play for sure. Let's see who it's going to be.
And it's going to be E. I will say, E definitely had some great initiator, like kind of, he was a duelist obviously, but he had some great initiations where it was like, I'm going to satchel onto site and I'm going to create space.
It was a duelist in a way that he was the catalyst for big space changes.
Absolutely. And of course, the player of the game is brought to you by Idaho Central Credit Union, who believes a great player makes a team more successful, just like Idaho Central's helping members achieve financial success. E is the Idaho Central Credit Union player of the game, and definitely had some great pop-off moments. I mean, definitely went off a various amount of times here. And of course, I mean, just being able to play that Raze a couple times. And then obviously we saw the Viper last time with the lineups. He's college bound as well, so definitely love seeing that. Had some great flanks as well with the Viper, as you kind of do.
Yeah.
But, I mean, is there, great night tonight, but Greg, is there anything you want to kind of say before we take it away here?
I love the energy. I think people accommodated to each other's playstyle pretty well. And I love the show match.
Yeah, and of course, congratulations to all of our players on the excellent night of Valorant. The Wolves did not miss a beat from last week and were dominating the Rumble to claim the title. Can they keep up their play, though? Make sure to tune in next Monday at 6 p.m. EST for a brand new Rumble, and of course, we'll close out with the top 5. Presented by the Idaho Army National Guard, who invites you to take your impressive critical thinking skills to the next level. And of course, with more than 10 jobs offering a 20K bonus and your degree of choice paid for, the Idaho Army National Guard is the best team out there. Thank you so much for watching tonight, and have a great night.